Hello everyone, welcome, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me with another video. It dawned on me that I haven't actually done a channel update for quite a long time now. So I thought what I'd do is just take the time to tell you what's going on with the channel, what's going on with the hobby, and sort of where I see the next few videos going, and what's going to be coming up in the future. So I apologise now if this ends up being a bit of a ramble. Obviously, to begin with, mainly the last few videos have been either battle reports for the Wars of the Roses, which is the ongoing siege. I basically, now that we had the castle done, I just wanted to get those battle reports out, just wanted to keep on going through those. Because they're just great fun. Ultimately, this is why I'm painting all these figures, is to have games, and if I can share those games with you guys, then obviously that's one of the big goals. There's obviously been quite a bit of 0 to 100 hours content as well. That's not taking over everything. You know, I wanted to, give the game its dues and give it some attention. And especially as, I did say I was sent that as a review copy, and rather than just doing one video and saying, this is what I think, I'd rather do battle reports and a couple of painting videos, and there's still going to be a couple more things on that, but we're going to be looking at some other things as well. So where are we? Well, basically I've just come back off holiday, so I've had a little break from the hobby for a week, and to be honest, up until really this week I haven't actually done that much hobbying. Mostly it's been battle reports and a couple of small paint jobs here and there, but I'll come on to those. While I was away, I did manage to get some research done into new projects that I want to look at, and I did the fateful thing of going into a bookshop and leaving with books and another project. This may give you a little hint of what I'm going to be looking at. I can feel some Barons War coming on, but you guys will see that very, very soon. Other things with the channel, you may have seen a couple of weeks ago that there are now channel memberships available. And just to put a bit of background behind this, for the last, well, quite a while actually, I get emails and I get quite a few messages asking me if I was going to set up a Patreon or anything like that. And it's something I had thought about, but Patreon wasn't really the route I wanted to go. However, since March, well, since the Caesar Awards, I've had quite a few people saying that they would like to support the channel. Is there a way that they can do it? So I've taken the decision to actually set up channel memberships. Now, this effectively is a way that if you want to support the channel, then you can, and it's through YouTube. So if you click on the memberships tab on the channel, and if you click down below, there should be a thing that says join, and you can have a look at that. I've decided to only put one tier of reward on there, and that's simply because I don't want to make it like a business, and there's going to be no paywall for content. What the memberships does is, if you would like to offer a bit more support to the channel beyond this amazing support that you guys already give me by watching my videos, then that option's there. I certainly don't expect anybody to go and click on it, but I've had so many people ask. I thought, well, I'll just put that on there. There's a few perks on there for people that want them, such as sort of priority comments. You get some little badges that I've designed out of coats of arms next to your comments, and there'll be things like members polls and some other bits. And I dare say that what I'll do is, when it comes to the rules that I'm writing, or any of these sort of adaptations or house rules, that I'll probably share them there for people to have a look at, and then I don't know, effectively maybe proofread. I don't know. I'll share them there for a first look, and then they're going to get shared everywhere anyway. So nothing is going to be hidden behind a paywall. Everything will become available eventually. To the people who have already signed up, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And of course, anyone who does do that, your name will go on a muster roll at the end of the videos. Okay, so some of the other projects that I'm going to be working on coming up, I've already said there's the Barons War. Now, one of the other ones is, and 2 seconds. Is these. Now, we are looking at my first test models for the Zulus. I've undercoated those this week. There's quite a few things going on here at once, but as we're getting close to, I'm not going to say the end of the Wars of the Roses project, because that project is never going to end, let's be honest. But what I did think was we're getting to an end of a block. I'm going to finish Warwick, and that's one of the new videos that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Will be the final one on the Earl of Warwick's base. But I want something a bit different, so I think my Anglo-Zulu War project is something that's going to take a bit of a lead. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin the camera around and I'm going to show you a few things that I have been working on, and then what I'll do is I'll tell you about the upcoming videos. And again, yeah, I'm sorry if this ends up being a bit of a ramble. Okay, so you're probably going to recognise some more Seljuk cavalry here. The Crusades project has taken a little pause, but there are a couple of things I wanted to finish. Now, I believe in my last Crusades update, which was probably about 7-8 weeks ago now, I basically said I was at the point where I wanted to make battle reports, and I got everything out for a game, and I realised, no, I need some more cavalry. So what I did was I ordered up some more of the Gripping Beast Arab Light Cavalry, and I've been putting together some more units. So we have another unit here of Light Cavalry. The Seljuks, you know, I think a bit like how my Bill and Bow in my Wars of the Roses armies, half of his Bill and Bow, about half the Seljuk army needs to be mounted, I think, for it to sort of bear any kind of resemblance to reality. So here we have another unit. This one I did a little bit more sort of conversion work on. You can see I've hung some of the shields from the horses, and I've replaced some of the javelins with spears, and these are wire spears, so they're very spiky. And again, these are a lot of fun to do, and I enjoy doing these. And again, I have tried to put them in this slightly slanted positioning, whereas normally in cavalry I'd have them, you know, face on, and that's just to give this idea of them riding around the enemy, and you know, also it allows models that are positioned like the archer here to actually have a free view to what he's shooting at, so he's not actually shooting his mate in the back of the head. So there we go, we have another unit of those. I finished those a couple of weeks ago, and that really actually spurred me on, and what I've done straight away is I've started building up another 6, and then I'll have enough. So I'll have actually 8 bases, which if we're going by Hail Caesar is 2 standard, well, Hail Caesar the way I play it anyway, is 2 standard units and 1 small unit, and I just need to get a commander painted up, but I've already got something earmarked for that. But one of the other things I was going to do, because I did get some requests for it when I showed off the first unit, I will be doing a quick painting video on how I do these guys. It's very, very straightforward, but I did get quite a few messages asking about it, so I thought I will do that. So that will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks, in the next 2-3 weeks, but at the same time there'll be a battle report coming as well. Now, when it comes to the battle reports, people have been asking me, what rules am I going to use? You know, am I going to be making adaptations a bit like Hail Caesar? Well, I am going to be using Hail Caesar, so eventually, yes, I will be doing an adaptation. However, if we look in the Hail Caesar rulebook, one of the example battle reports is here for the First Crusade. So they've actually put the statistics in here for Crusaders, and well, these are Damascens, but there won't be a great deal of difference. So I imagine the first game of play will use these rules, which is what we did when we did the Wars of the Roses. We used the basic rules that the Perrys had on their Facebook page, which was written by Rick Priestley, and then we just adapted them. So I'll probably start just by doing what is in here with the basics. You know, you can see here Crusaders, very, very basic, and then adapt it like I did for the Wars of the Roses. Speaking of the Wars of the Roses adaptation, which is sitting in the front here, oh, that's something else. Don't worry about that. This here, which is the one that you can download. I am going to be doing a version 2 of this. We've been making notes as we've been playing the game. There are more characters that I want to add into it. In fact, I've already written sort of the rules for another 10 who are going in. I think there's 6 Yorkists and 4 Lancastrians and 1 Burgundian. And what I'll do is I'll then put that out as a version 2, and again, and that'll be there for people just to download who want to have a look at it, use it, or do whatever with it. The campaign rule system, so things have taken a bit of a change there, and essentially what is going on with that. I completed the campaign system. I'm just going to be proofreading the draft, if you like, if that's what it can be called, and then I'll be putting that up to share. However, I decided that so many of the things I wanted to add required their own system. I've actually started looking at my own rules to put things together. So that's expanded a bit, and so over the last few months I have been writing and having a go and playing around with some of my own rules, and we've done some one or two very small play tests. I've done a lot of basic combat examples against myself, and I've shown the basic rules and the basic system to a few people, and they seem to like it. They seem to like the idea of it, so now we're just gonna flesh that out. I have no idea where this is gonna go. It's something I just wanted to have a go at and have some fun with. Ever since I started tinkering around with things, I just thought, why not? So that's something to look out for, and of course I'll pop that up on the channel, and you guys can see that when it's in a bit more of a suitable state. Anyway, the other rules that I want to look at for the Crusades are these ones. This is Deus Vault, which is produced by Fireforge Games. Now, I don't actually know if this is in print anymore, but I was quite lucky and got this from North Star Games, because there was a tiny bit of damage on it. I can't even find it now. There it is. It's just out here, and it was half price, and it's a rule set I've been looking for a while. Written by Alessio Calvatore of Bolt Action fame. This is a system for those medieval skirmish games, battle games in the Crusading period, and this comes with rules for well, it says it's just after the First Crusade, but I think basically would they be the same. So I'm looking forward to this. Now, this is a system that's very different to Hail Caesar. I dare say that we'll be putting up battle reports for both. But let me know, is this something you guys want to see on the channel? Would you be interested in the battle reports for this? Let me know, but this one is coming up. Other battle reports for the Wars of the Roses. Once we finished our mini campaign, which is close, I'm going to do a few battle reports with some other rule sets, and I will be putting up battle reports for Nevermind the Billhooks. Now, those of you who follow Nevermind the Billhooks will know that there's a version 2 coming soon, and then the other one I'll do is going to do a game of Test of Resolve, so you guys can see that. I know I did a review of this system and show some examples, but I want to do a full battle so you guys can see that. And then never mind the Billhooks. Now, these games will be very different. I don't know when they're going to get done, but they are on the list to be done. Speaking about the our Wars of the Roses mini campaign, there is one more game to come in that, and that is our big final showdown. Now, that will be in the coming weeks. I haven't got a set date for it. We've sorted out. Well, there isn't that much to sort out. We're basically just going to throw down with everything that we have. We might be bringing some big guns into it, literally some big guns, and that one's going to be a big scrum. But there's actually quite a few things to sort out, and basically a date that we can all get together. So that will be coming up. So we've got the big Wars of the Roses game. I say the big one, the final game of our mini campaign. Then there'll be there's a First Crusade game. We've got the final Warwick video coming, and then probably a couple of 0-200 hours ones as well. However, let me just get a couple more things out and I'll show you what else I've been working on. Okay, so yes, you can probably see something quite different in front of you here. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, and I know there's been quite a few subscribers recently, so if this is your first channel update hobby video, then welcome along. I like Star Wars, okay, and I've liked it ever since I was a kid, and I'm unashamedly, I like the battle droids from the prequels. I like them in the Clone Wars series. I like them in the I just like them. Anyway, one of the games I play with my friends, which I haven't put on the channel, is Star Wars Legion, and something I've been working on is bulking out my battle droid army. Now, since I've been really focused on my historical stuff recently, which takes up probably about 90% of my hobby, after I worked on the castle and getting all of that done and all of the liveries and everything to Wars of the Roses, I wanted it to go completely different. So I basically have been working on my battle droids. So I'm not going to spend a great deal of time going through these because I know that most people who are here are not here for science fiction or Star Wars. But I wanted to show them off because I just find that when you start painting something that's fantasy based or something science fiction based, it just challenges you as a painter. It keeps you on your toes. You try out new techniques and maybe some things that you can then bring into the historical period. So this is a Persuader tank, the snail tank, one of my favourites. But something that I've done here, this was all done with brush. I did consider using an airbrush, but in the end I decided just to do the whole thing with a brush. This was a nightmare to stick together. This has got to be one of the worst experiences of sticking together a model I've ever had. However, it was also one of the most fun things that I've painted, so it kind of equaled itself out a bit. On here, on the base, you can see some of these Gamer's Grass sort of 3D plants, or laser cut plants. So they were a lot of fun. You can see a mixture of battle droids and droid commandos, but I did work on, and I will show him off because I'm a big Christopher Lee fan. So there is Count Dooku. One of the hardest things to do here is do these lightsabers, because you want to paint a white middle to them, but of course that's not how you can't, basically, because you're painting onto a surface, and in the films there's obviously the whole core of it should be the whole way around. So I decided to do it as if it was getting lighter at the where the emitter is, and then darker out that way. I quite enjoyed that. So there's Christopher Lee, and then I did paint up, because I do have some clones. I've painted up Anakin Skywalker as well. I'm really quite pleased with how he's come out, especially his face and the lightsaber and the glow. That was it, and that was fun. So I just wanted to paint up something a bit different and just push myself and just try some new things. However, I have worked on a few other historical bits as well. Okay, so as you can see in front of you, I've been working on some 15mm World War II tanks. So I bought the one of the new Flames of War starter sets, which was the Tobruk one. So that comes with Desert Rats and Italians, and I've been working on my Desert Rats. I have finished 3 Grants, 6 Crusaders. I think I might have one more Crusader floating around somewhere, but I can't find it. And then I've got 3 more Shermans to do. These were a lovely change of pace as well. So just gone with some light chipping, very simple. Again, no airbrushing. This has all been done with rattle cans, and then contrast paints and some dry brushing and some just good old-fashioned chipping effects. The decals from these are from Skytrex, and yeah, great deal of fun. Lots of fun. I intend to use these for Flames of War and for O Group, which is obviously, if you watch the Plastic Crack podcast, you know it's a bit O Group crazy on there at the minute, and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to resist, so I dare say that this will be making an appearance as well. However, I have always done. I enjoyed Flames of War. I have a whole German army, late war German army for Flames of War, and I know that system isn't something that some people like. However, I don't think I ever had a bad game of it. People talk about sort of tank parks and things like that. That never happened to me. It might be because I have a Panzer Grenadier company and I only have about like 5 tanks. But anyway, I really enjoy Flames of War. Again, it's something that I may put on the channel. Would you like to see some Flames of War or some O Group games on the channel? You know, they'd probably be more learning games because I'd have to get reacquainted with the system. But, you know, I've got all the stuff, and yeah. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see. As always, I'm going to put up pictures of all of these at the end, so you can have a look. And that's kind of where we are at the moment. So going forward, expect in the coming weeks more battle reports. I'm going to be trying very hard to do more channel updates. I'll try and do one a month just so you guys can see what's going on. And are you guys interested in what rattles along in the background? I don't put everything that I do onto the channel, but if people just want to see what I'm painting, then obviously I can. And I'll try and keep the community posts updated as well. Along with that, obviously, check out the Plastic Crack podcast that we do on a Monday night. Myself, Ken from Miniature Wargaming Warriors, Dom from Boots on the Table, and Steve from On Point HQ. There's 120, 130, sometimes even 140 people tuning in live, and we've had some great guests recently. We've got some great guests coming up as well, so do tune into that. And come over and check out the Facebook group as well, so you can see what's going on. A few people have asked me about Shaken and Disordered, the stream that I do every now and then. I'm gonna have more of those. It's just simply having the time to do it. If I'm editing the battle reports, it takes quite a long time, and basically my hobby time has to be a choice between painting, filming battle reports, or editing the videos that I filmed, and I just basically haven't been doing that much hobbying. Any hobbying I've been doing, I've been like, when I painted these have mostly been painted while my wife is watching soaps, so I just grab 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Not really enough time to set up a stream. However, I do intend to bring those back, and I've got a couple of people lined up to come on and do some painting with me. I've also got a couple of history videos that I'm halfway through researching, one on the English Civil War, and then one on the Wars of the Roses as well. Speaking of the English Civil War, that hasn't gone anywhere. I know we've had more requests for pike and shot videos, and they are going to be coming as well, but I've only got so much free time, and I'm going to prioritise finishing the Wars of the Roses campaign, getting some Crusader stuff on there, and we will also get some Wars of the Roses, different war, English Civil War on there as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me, and I say again, I'm incredibly sorry if this has rambled on a bit. As always, if you'd like any more information, you'll find it down below. If you want copies of the rules, you'll find links to that down below. If you guys have got any suggestions or things you'd like to see, let me know. I'll always try and get back to you in the comments. Sometimes I might be a little bit slow. That's just because work is crazy. Otherwise, as always, make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all again soon. I'll leave up photos of all of these bits and bobs, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care.